So today we shall be looking about the eigen values of the matrix, which we already know. So let's review these topics. What are the eigen values of these matrices? How can we calculate these? So let me define that. If you are given a n-rowed square matrix, suppose that matrix is denoted by A, which has elements of this kind alpha, j, k, where you have j rows and k columns. Then we can define the concepts of eigenvectors and eigenvalues by studying this equation. Ax is equal to lambda x. How? So let's see. An eigenvalue of a square matrix A is a number represented by lambda such that
मैम नजर नहीं आ रहा.
Okay, let me see. So an eigenvalue of a square matrix A is a number lambda such that Ax is equal to lambda x has a solution. This equation has a solution x which should not be equal to 0. So that means a non-negative number x, a vector x, such that this equation Ax is equal to lambda x has a solution. Then this number lambda is known as the eigenvalue, and this x is known as the eigenvector. Corresponding to the same eigenvalue lambda of A. So next is the definition for eigenspace. Now what is eigenspace? So we may define this as the eigenvectors corresponding to that eigenvalue lambda and the zero vector, because all the eigenvalues, they are going to be non-zero. So we are adding a zero vector to it, and a zero vector, they form a vector subspace. Because for a space to be a vector subspace, it should obviously have the additive identity with it. So that is the zero vector. So therefore we say the eigenvectors corresponding to a particular eigenvalue, which is lambda, in addition to this zero vector, that forms a vector subspace of the space X, and this space is known as the eigenspace. This space is called the eigenspace of A. So after this eigenspace, next we have the definition for spectrum. So what is a spectrum? Spectrum is a set. So we may define spectrum to be the set sigma of A, where A is the matrix. So this is the notation sigma of A of all eigenvalues of A. So if you find out all the eigenvector values of this matrix A, and then you collect all into a set, so that set is known as the spectrum of the matrix A, denoted by sigma of A. Now another definition, it is known as the resolvent. So what is a resolvent set? It is the complement of spectrum. So that means if your matrix is a complex value matrix, then the resolvent set, which is denoted by a rho of A, this is given by the whole of the complex plane minus the values which are present in the spectrum set. So that means the complement of the spectrum set is the resolvent set. So we may write the resolvent set is the complement of the spectrum set. So it means that from the complex plane you just eliminate all the eigenvalues which are available for the matrix A. So that set would be the resolvent set. If your matrix A is real, in that case this resolvent set is defined to be this real plane minus the spectrum of A. So this is the definition. So now let's see an example over here. So suppose we are given this matrix A, which is defined to be 5, 4, 1 and 2. So now you are asked, find the eigenvalues and eigenvectors corresponding to A. So how do we proceed? So now this is very simple. All of you might be knowing the procedure by which we could calculate the eigenvalues and eigenvectors. So here, in order to do that, so let's go back to the equation from where we are able to calculate this. So this is the equation, Ax is equal to lambda x. So Ax is equal to lambda x. So we need to find the lambdas here for this A, and we need to find x from here such that x is not equal to 0. This is the definition for eigenvalues and eigenvectors. So now what I can do, I can shift this term to left hand side so that I would have Ax minus lambda x is equal to 0. Now if you write this in the terms of matrices, because A is a matrix, this also has to be matrix in order for these to be comparable. So I may write this to be A minus lambda I, where I is the identity matrix of the same order. Here in this case we have the order 2 cross 2. So this is a 2 cross 2 order matrix. So our equation is shifted from this to this here, right? So from here what we can do, we have to calculate, or we have to solve this system of this homogeneous system. Why homogeneous? Because the right hand side is 0. So we need to solve this homogeneous system of two linear equations, because when you substitute A here, right, so what will you get? So let me write down. So we will have 5, 4, 1, 2. This is your matrix A. Then you have minus lambda, the identity matrix 1, 0, 0, 1, right, multiplied by x. X would also be a 2 cross 2 matrix, so it would be x1, x2. That would be equal to 0, right? So this equation would lead you to this. So when you solve the system, you will have 5 minus lambda x1 plus, then you will have 4 into 0, that is 0 x2 is equal to 0, and then you will have 0 x1 plus 5 minus 2 minus lambda, yes, 2 minus lambda into x2 is equal to 0. So you see you have these two equations here and you wanted to calculate the solution of these. So what you can do in fact is you may calculate the determinant of the coefficients of this matrix. So you may calculate the determinant of A minus lambda I and you substitute this equal to 0. So what is A minus lambda I? A minus lambda I matrix would be 5 minus lambda, and then you have 4 here, 4, and then here you have 1, and here you have 2 minus lambda, right? So this determinant is equal to 0. So when you solve this determinant, you will have 5 minus lambda 2 minus lambda minus 4 is equal to 0. So that means 10 minus 7 lambda plus lambda square minus 4 is equal to 0, or you have lambda square minus 7 lambda plus 6 is equal to 0. So what are the values of lambda that you obtain from here? So you may write this to be like this, so that you may have lambda minus 6 minus 1 lambda minus 6. So your values of lambda, they come out to be 1 and 6. So these are the two eigenvalues corresponding to that given matrix, right? So these are the two eigenvalues. Now you may compute the eigenvectors by substituting the values here into this equation. So the first value of lambda is 1, so you have 1 into x. So you may solve this equation, and for lambda is equal to 6, you will have ax is equal to 6 lambda, 6x, where x should not be equal to 0 in both the equations. So you have to solve this and calculate what is the value for x1 and x2. So that is the next task in order to calculate the eigenvectors. So corresponding to the eigenvalue 1 here, what is your eigenvector? So you would solve this equation giving you the definition for eigenvalues and eigenvector. So when you solve this system keeping lambda as equal to 1, therefore you will obtain the vector as minus 1, 1. So this is the eigenvector corresponding to the eigenvalue 1. Corresponding to the eigenvalue 6 here. So this is the equation that you have. So you will solve this metric system, and then corresponding to this equation you have the eigenvector as 4, 1. So you have got these two eigenvectors corresponding to the matrix A. So therefore your eigenspace would consist of, what would be your eigenspace? So it will consist of two vectors. One is this vector minus 1 and 1, another one is 4 and 1, and then you have 0 and 0, right? So this would be your eigenspace. Your spectrum would be what? Your spectrum would consist of the eigenvalues for this matrix, which are 1 and 6. So this would be the spectrum. And what would be the resolvent vector? Rho of A. Rho of A would be whole of the complex plane minus this spectrum set, right? So whole of the complex plane except the set 1 and 6. So this would be your resolvent set, right? So this is how you reach to calculating the eigenvalues, eigenvectors, spectrum and resolvent for the given set, right? And moreover, this equation here, this equation is known as the characteristic equation. So this is known as the characteristic equation or characteristic polynomial for the matrix A, right? So you should remember this thing over here. So next let us have a look at one result. So we have a theorem which states that the eigenvalues of a n-rod matrix, the eigenvalues of a n-rod matrix, capital A is equal to alpha jk, they are given by the solutions of the characteristic equation. Just we have seen in the previous example of that matrix A. So therefore, whatever is the degree of this equation, characteristic equation, so accordingly we will have the roots of that equation, and accordingly we will have the eigenvalues for the corresponding matrix A. So hence A has at least one eigenvalue and at most n different eigenvalues. So this is a result which comes from the fundamental theorem of algebra, if you remember that, which tell you about the roots of that particular equation, fundamental theorem of algebra, right? So this comes from there, that a given polynomial has having degree positive as n, and coefficients in a complex plane, they have a root which are maximum n in number, right? So that is the theorem. Now let's have a look at more properties of eigenvalues and eigenvectors.